Hello, y'all. How's everybody doing? Hello, Justin. Hi, Missy, Uncle, and Spirit Stalker. How you doing? You guys have a good couple of days? I've been working my little hiney off in the barn, y'all. It is coming one step at a time, but I think it's looking good. I mean, it still ain't got everything I need to do to it, but it's getting there, and I'm so proud of what I've done, and I'm just going to continue improving it from now on. So tomorrow I have to go and I have to get, like more posts. Hi, Angie. There you go. Justin, Angela is aiming that at you. So yes, if you'd like, I don't know if you're allowed to use the telehealth, but she used to work with me down south and she's wonderful. So what I would go with anybody she recommended. If you're allowed to do that. Oh, anyway, I have to go get more T-posts tomorrow. I've got to get some more panels tomorrow. I've got to finish up the fencing. And I've got to get some, what do I have to get? Oh my gosh. The black, my black rubber mats for the bottom, of the mat, the pins. Missy and Uncle have seen what I've been doing because I've been kind of sending them pictures and videos. So Spirit Stalker, I'll have to send you something in your email to let you see what I've been doing because I've been a busy girl. And my shoulder, so I can still reach up. I'm still moving slow. See, when I get to a certain spot, it like yanks my arm back down. So like I can move it, but it's it's still, oh, that'd be awesome. Well, these come like 5 in a bundle, and I'm only going to get 2 bundles because I only need like 7 more. So I'm just going to go get 2 more bundles tomorrow. Yeah. But I'm getting it done. I'm getting it. I'm getting there. So yeah, once I get those black mats down too, and the concrete won't be as bad on the, because they have pads on their hooves. They have their hard hoof and then they have the pad underneath it. So I wouldn't want to put their hooves through all that, even though they're going to have blankets and hay and all of that. So they probably wouldn't even be on the concrete, but I know they like to burrow under. So I'm just going to have those black mats in there for them. So also Sunday, today's Wednesday. Yes, Sunday is the April 6th. And y'all, Trauma Diva will be on with me, and we will be doing Ohio. So for special occasions, I will go out of order, and I'm going to do Ohio on Sunday with Trauma because everybody loves Trauma. So like she sent me her schedule, like we were talking on the phone and she sent me the schedule and we were looking at our days. And so yes, Sunday we're doing it. That's right. So, but yeah, so, so tonight it's been a busy day. And I did not get to finish. Tonight we are doing the hauntings in Alaska, and I did not get to finish. So we'll be talking slow, and then we'll just have a BS session after, or we can play a game, or I don't even think I have a voice box in here. My shit's still in my bag. So I would say I'd turn the voice box on. I didn't even think about it, but it's in my bag, and my bag is out on the couch, I think. Yeah, it's not in here. And oh no, is it in my car still? I don't fucking know. Hey, Spirit Wolf, I'm taking your box tomorrow because I have to go into town, and I'm taking your box tomorrow to be shipped to you. And I just have to look back at the emails. I think you did send me your address, Spirit Wolf. So I'm going to double check just because I have to have your address, but I believe you sent it to me. Missy, you're the fucking bomb. How you doing anyway, Spirit Wolf? How's your neighbor doing? Is your neighbor okay after? Okay, all right. That's what I thought. So I'm just gonna get out of your email, and then I'm gonna get that sent out to you tomorrow because I'm going into town for a bunch of stuff. So I'm just gonna take that with me and get that done while I'm doing everything. Because I got to get all that, and then I got to stop at the grocery store too. Because I'm almost out of coffee. So anyway, I do have some for Alaska here. God, I've always heard that Alaska is just so beautiful, and I would love to go there, but it's just so far. But okay, so we're going to start. I told her to get herself up and dust herself off and don't let. I totally agree. I totally agree. But she needs to get some cameras put up, and you know, that I know that's a stolen baby, and believe, let me tell you something. I'd be out of my fucking mind if somebody stole one of my babies. I'll tell you right now, because that's my child. That's I don't know if your neighbor feels about her horses the way I feel about mine, but these are my children, and I would be out of my fucking mind if they were lost or somebody took them. Because I'd just be going, I would be beside myself. I would be absolutely just crazy. I would I would be in the middle of going fucking crazy. So we're going to start this to get our minds off of that. Okay, so number one, it's I don't know if I'm saying this right, but it's Begich, Begich. So it's Begich or Begich or Begish. I don't know. Don't judge. I don't know how to fucking read. But anyway, it's that word, towers. Begich Towers in Whittier, Alaska. Now, this town is perched on the edge of Prince William Sound. This is circled by towering mountains and accessible only through a long single lane tunnel that closes at night. This is a 14-story condominium tower with 215 residents. This building also has stores, a church, and public utilities. This is the one and only building in this whole town. Now, back in the 1940s, during the height of World War II, the U.S. Army chose this remote spot as a strategic military outpost. Hidden down in the mountains and having the water from the Prince William Sound, it was the perfect place for a secret base. Soldiers and military personnel lived and worked here, shielded from prying eyes and the Alaskan elements. They were housed in what has now become they were housed in the Buckner Building. It's a concrete monstrosity that was meant to be self-sufficient city under one roof. And that has become to be the Begich. Hi, Mandy. Towers. After the military decommissioned the facility, it was left to rot, abandoned to the Alaskan weather. It was eventually bought and redone in 1956. It became the Begich Towers. It's the primary residence for all the town civilians, consolidating Whittier's entire population into a single building. Whittier's apartments, a post office, a grocery store, a school, and even their own police department, all in one building. Everyone that lives and works in the building reports strange sights and happenings daily. One of the ghosts here is particularly fond of whistling as he strolls the hallways. Another stomps up and down the stairwells. The lights will flicker on and off constantly, and you will see apparitions, orbs, mists all throughout the day and the night. If you stop and watch them, they will just poof and disappear. One spirit seems to have realized that people can see or hear him. Yes, 215 residents for this whole town. And all the police department, the grocery store, the laundry room, everything is in one building. So if he sees you, he will tap on the walls or a table to get your attention. And when you look, he's been known to wave at you. The spirits here love to stand back and watch people in the hallways. They want to know where they're going and what they're doing. Many residents have said that the spirits love to ride the elevators. They've been seen in a lot of them, and sometimes the elevators will ride up and down by themselves. One resident was on the elevator. He said it stopped and opened its doors, but nobody was there. So he said he stepped forward and was looking out, but he heard footsteps as if somebody actually walked on to the elevator. He said he felt a presence in there behind him until he got off on his floor. He has said he is in the elevator daily and have never felt something that overwhelming. Most residents just basically dismiss those spirits now because they're so used to them. Excuse me. They know the spirits are kind and often speak to them. They believe it is the soldiers that lost their lives there in the war. I personally think that would be a cool fucking place to live. I don't know if I would everybody in one building, but just think about it. Even it's fucking, y'all know how cold it gets up there in Alaska, right? And then isn't Alaska, is that Alaska? And they have like 4 or 5 months of daylight. Am I thinking of the right place? Right? It's Alaska that does that. And like it doesn't get completely, it stays almost daylight for 4 or 5 months. And then once it turns, and then it's nighttime for 4 or 5 months, right? So 2 in the afternoon would still be fucking dark. That's crazy. That's crazy. But how cold is it there? It's so cold there. And it could be, 10 degrees, say, outside. And you don't even have to put on a jacket to go to the grocery store because the grocery store is the 10th floor. So let's just shoot on down to the 10th floor and go grocery shopping. And then boop, 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 let's go home. It's 75 degrees in the whole fucking building. Like you're never too hot or cold. I mean, unless you go out, you might want to go out 6 months of 24 hours daylight and 6 months of 24 dark. Oh, 6 months. I was thinking 4 or 5. Yeah, I don't know if I'd like that, but oh my God, I hear that Alaska is so beautiful. I heard that if you take these cruises, you can see polar bears and all the whales and the big glaciers, and I hear that it's absolutely a wonderful place to visit. Bring your jackets. I mean, what is it like in the summers though, right? Is it the summers that are dark or is it the winters that are dark? Like, how do you know when to fucking go? Because I want to see what I'm doing. But if it's 3 a.m. and still daylight, like it's hard for me to sleep during the day. Like, when can you sleep? I guess you get used to it, but I don't know. That's crazy. I don't know if I'd like living there, but I wouldn't mind going to visit for 4 or 5 days. That'd be fun, I think. Has anyone here ever been to Alaska or ever want to go to Alaska? I would go. Dark curtains on windows. Yeah, that's true. I mean, for me rotating every month, my windows in my bedroom are blacked out. Yes, I actually have black wallpaper on my windows. It's just black wallpaper underneath all that. Under my shades. It's just black wallpaper on my windows. That's what I did. It's dark in the summertime. Wow. So if you want to go to the beach, like how hot does it get in Alaska though for summer? Your friend lives there. Okay, you need to tell her that we are curious and to get her little hiney in here so we can ask her some questions. So I have questions. Like in the summer, that's the warm time. Like, how do you go to the beach if it's dark out? Do you get a lot of moonlight? Like, is it dark? Like, nobody can even swim in the fucking ocean because by the time it's daylight, it's probably too cold. Right? Is it just me that's thinking that way? I don't know. Okay, so my shoulder. I follow this. He's Neil the Seal. I don't know if you guys follow Neil the Seal. I'm not quite sure exactly where he is. Neil the Seal comes here every year and he will totally lay in the middle of the road and stop people from going to work. People will come out to go to work and he is underneath the car. Like the whole town knows, shit, where's Neil today? Because he has kept kids on the school bus from getting to school. Like so it's not completely dark. You can still see. Okay. All right. So, I mean, there ain't no laying out then. There ain't everybody there looks like Casper then, because there ain't no laying out in the sun in the summertime. And it's too cold to lay out in the sun when it's fucking daylight. So dang. Yes. I can't remember what town he's in, but it's Neil the Seal. If you guys don't follow him, he's on TikTok and Instagram too, I think. And he has so many people that post about him. And he's been coming, what, 3 years in a row or longer even. And man, he loves to give them cops a time, boy. He will. The cops will be having to direct traffic. He will get in the middle of the road and lay down, and the cops are trying to scooch him, and he will stand right up to a police officer. And the police officer has these big cones, and Neil the seal goes right up and sits on the cone or flips it over and lays on it. Or I'd be wanting to come here. Let me give you a little scratch. Come here. I want to give you lovins. Like, I want to be petting this fucking thing, but he's a wild animal. I get it, but he's so cute. He'll be half somebody's deck and half on the grass, and everybody will come out. People live here, Neil. You need to go away. Yes. Hey, Terry, we're talking about Neil the seal because we're doing Alaska. It's just so damn cold up there. Man. Anyway, Mandy, you need to tell your friend to come in. I just have I want to talk to her about what it's like in the summer and what it's like in the winter and where she lives and all that. Would you tell her, please, Mandy? That'd be awesome. I don't know. I don't know where Neil is. That's why I was saying I'm not sure. Aren't they where it's cold? I'm not sure where Neil the seal is. But it's a little town. I'm gonna have to look now. But yeah, I don't know where he's at. But aren't seals like that where it's cold? Well, no. Hold on a minute. I've been to California. I told y'all my scary drive up the highway. There's seals out there on the beach, hundreds of them. So they don't always. Please do. I don't know where the fuck those seals are. I don't know where Neil's at. Anyway, we're going to move on to number 2. So this is the Fairbanks Memorial Hospital in Fairbanks. Fairbanks is a land of contrasts. Now, summers stretch into endless daylight, and winters bring the unforgiving darkness. Wait a minute. This is just is he in Tasmania? Where the fuck is Tasmania? I'm going to have to. It's another one to do research on. This says summers stretch into endless daylight and winters bring an unforgiving darkness that seem to swallow the whole world. This says the winters are dark and the summers are daylight. So I don't know what is it? Denali, that's awesome. Thank you. Now Tasmania is in Australia? Well, I'll be damned. I did not know that either. Well, that's where Neil the seal is. He's so awesome. And he's a big, huge, like he's one of those really huge. He's huge, like with the big, no, that's a walrus. He's just a huge fucking seal. Okay. So now I don't know what it is. I'm going to have to just look it up. Maybe it switches every couple of years. Anyway, it's a place where life must be fought for and survival is never guaranteed, it says. In the heart of Fairbanks stands this memorial hospital, a modern facility dedicated to preserving life. Hospitals are a place of birth and loss, healing and grief. It's where people take their first breath and their last. There's a lot of spirits that refuse to leave. Nurses and staff, especially on night shift, have spoken of the odd occurrences that haunt this building. There are icy chills in heated rooms, shadow figures in the hallways, empty rooms and nursery, and they hear phantom cries from empty rooms. Nurses claim they hear crying coming from the empty room so loud they've gone in to check and nobody was there. Shadows move across the walls when no one has walked by. But spirits make themselves seen in rooms of someone about to die. They will be next to or at the end of their beds, and sometimes they will hover towards the ceiling. She told me where she is at, they do fireworks on the first of the year because it lights in the summer. Oh, so it's light in the summer and dark in the. That's the way I think I'd like it better. Yeah. Yeah. That's much better. I would much rather have it light in the summer. And even right here it says endless. The summers stretch into endless daylight and winters bring an unforgiving darkness. So that's a little better because I'd want to go do something during the day and be able to see what the fuck. All right. This happens in the nurseries as well when a sick child passes. One nurse stated she saw the spirit next to the crib and she knew right then that baby was going to pass. Nurses say they are not afraid of the spirits. They are expected to be seen. But sometimes it's a feeling of dread because that's how they know that they're not going to make it. Yeah. So I get that. I totally get it as a nurse, and you could be trying so hard, but you see a spirit show up and you're like, fuck. Well, he's on his way out. So it's like a feeling of being afraid, a feeling of, hello, how are you? And a feeling of, oh no, they're here. That means they're going to die. So there's that feeling of dread. Yeah. But I mean, here's what I'm thinking. Wouldn't this take place in every hospital? Not just that one. Wouldn't this be in almost every hospital because there's babies born and there's people that pass in every hospital? Right? Wouldn't that be? You would think. I might have to do some research on that. Maybe I can talk some of my ER nurses around here and see what they say. Because I think that would be in almost every hospital. Number 3, this is called the Old Jesse Lee Home for Children, and this is in Seward, Alaska. Now, this first opened in 1926. It was the home to hundreds of orphans. It sat atop a hill overlooking the Resurrection Bay. Now, this was once a home to children who had lost everything or abandoned or their parents were killed in a crash and they had no family or weren't adopted. It was just an orphanage. So a homeless, abandoned, or ill, excuse me. So many passed away here. But in 1964, there was an earthquake and a mass amount of children died. Yes, it was an orphanage. One child that became well known lived here in 1927. He designed a blue field with the Big Dipper and the North Star, and that ended up being Alaska's state flag. Now, he was a success story. Others were not. Now, his design symbolized the spirit of Alaska, strong, enduring, and full of promise. They made it their flag. They loved it. Now, on March 27th, 1964, a 9.2 magnitude earthquake struck Alaska. This was the second most powerful quake ever recorded, and it left cities shattered. The roads were swallowed. Seaward was one of the most damaged and devastating ones hit. This home, this orphanage, had cracked walls, and the earth had swallowed a big portion during its crumble. Now, there was never an actual true count of how many children were killed because the main records were also swallowed into the earth. So many bodies were found and so many were not. So they don't really ever know a true number of how many passed away in that quake. For years after that, it sat abandoned. The time and the elements conspired to reduce it to ruins. Even as nature reclaimed the land, the building's ghostly presence remains. Those who dared to step into the remnants of this orphanage reports unsettling experiences. Some have said they hear children laughing and echoing through the empty halls. They said the silence is deafening, but when you hear what used to be there, it's almost amplified. People swear they see figures walking between the windows, just walking, waiting, watching you. A former caretaker walked through the crumbling remains. He felt an unseen presence brush up against him like a child trying to hug his leg. He looked down to see who it was, but to his amazement, nobody was there. He was overwhelmed because he felt that same thing when he worked there. They would hug his leg, or he would tote them around while they were holding on to his leg, and he would walk around dragging them holding on to his leg. He said then the air went ice cold. He could feel sudden heartbreak and a feeling of wanting to cry. He left abruptly and said he never looked back. He said he knows he was not alone. Others who have visited there have also said they get a feeling of sorrow and they feel someone is watching them. If they sit down for a while, it seems the spirits come closer to check if you're okay. They will surround you like they're curious, but will scatter if you get up. People said they feel it's the children that were lost in the quake. Their bodies were never found, so they are tied to the land. In 2020, the last of the building was demolished, leaving only an empty lot. At night, people say you can still see figures of mists playing like children. You will always see some type of figure, orb, or rays of light. Still. And I wrote that exactly how it was written. That's actually sad. It's such a sad thing because think about that. It's an orphanage. They have nobody, no family. Mom and dads are gone or abandoned them or died or something. Or they lost their family to illness. I don't know, but they have no one. They have no one but who they bond with there and grow up with and be friends with. And But just imagine, like they're all laying in their beds, and actually, I think it said 3 o'clock I don't remember what time it was, but 1 minute they're laying or sleeping or having fun. And then the next minute they're underground. What the fuck happened? Like, I'm sure it happened so fast they didn't even realize what was happening. Could you imagine that? Just like that earthquake I saw in Thailand, wasn't it? Isn't it Thailand that I just saw recently on the news? A 7 point something magnitude quake, and it was a building that was under construction that went down, and all of those people that were on the ground and all of the people that were working on the building. Man, when I saw the videos of that, it totally reminded me of 9/11 with that building coming down. It's horrible. Absolutely horrible. And that's just Mother Nature. Whew. I don't know what I would do if I lived where there was earthquake. Like, I don't want to sit here and talk about it and jinx it, because that just scares the fuck out of me. You see videos. You can watch these videos of this Thailand earthquake that they're putting out that was on other buildings. And this one building is just swaying like this. How do you build something to sway like that? How do you build something knowing the earthquakes? Like in California, how often that place is known for earthquakes. Am I wrong? California. So when you're in California in a place that's earthquakes, how the fuck up here do you go, let's go rent up an apartment on the 15th floor of the whatever? Fuck no. I ain't living in no big ass building. You got to, there ain't no way. Because if I don't get out quick enough, the building's going to fall on me. Or if I'm up there and I don't get quick, I'm going to fall on top of other people. No. I'm going to live right in the bottom floor of my own house where only my little ceiling will fall on me. That's not 15 floors up or 50, however tall those buildings are. Nope. That scares the shit out of me. Moving on to number 4. It's called the Igloo City Hotel. Excuse me. It's been a long day. Igloo City Hotel in Cantwell, Alaska. It still sits abandoned on an isolated stretch of the Parks Highway. It's quite distinctive because it's a big ass building shaped like an igloo. Built in the 1970s, it was never completed. It's not clear why. They failed to meet building codes, or maybe they just ran out of money. Whatever the reason, it was abandoned and left to weather. Now, igloos were used a long time ago by Alaskans as temporary shelters if they were caught in some bad weather. So people never really lived in an igloo on a full-time basis. But it's always rumored that Alaskans do. So, because it's so popular in Alaska, they were making a place where people could actually come and stay in one. It was supposed to be a hotel. It looked just like the real igloo, but this was a permanent structure that wouldn't melt. People stop and look and take pictures and videos and admire the beauty of it still today. Now, this hotel is so remote, though. It's 2.5 hours away from any town, and people that travel that road are cautioned. It has had its fair share of vandalism as well, but it's so big it won't be torn down. People stop here so often to visit and claim they see people moving around inside. At night, they say you can see lights on through the windows. People have walked all around there and claim to hear and see things inside all the time. One man said that he saw a lady wearing white looking out the window directly at him. I try to go around and look for pictures and videos, but I don't find any. I don't, other than, like what people are talking about, other than pictures of the place. I can't find where any people posted anything of that, but anyway. Number 5, the Wendy Williamson Auditorium at the University of Alaska. And this is in Anchorage. Wow, I'm getting stuffy. Okay, so this is a modern institution bustling with students, professors, and performers going about their day without a second thought of ghosts. But people have been in there at night after everyone has left, staff and students, and sometimes parents. While cleaning, a man was shoved down some stairs when nobody was behind him. People over the years have encountered several spirits, whispers in the wings, phantom footsteps across the stage, and they have one angry male presence that seems to hate brunette women. It's a mystery that continues to baffle them all. The building, named after Dr. Wendy Williamson, a well-respected professor at UAA. It was built in the 1970s. Since it was built there, though, it has had occurrences all the time. They feel the spirits are connected to the land, not the building. Now, before Anchorage became a modern city, this land belonged to indigenous Alaskan tribes who have their own rich traditions surrounding spirits and supernatural. Now, people wonder if something tragic happened at this location, or is it a burial ground of some sort? Nothing has ever been documented. The one spirit that hates brunettes, students, staff, and parents have reported a nasty spirit making them feel uneasy, following them, and making them uncomfortable. Some have claimed to have been tripped, shoved, or even thrown to the ground by this invisible force. A student, a theater major, recalled one time she was working on stage late at night. She was adjusting the lighting rig when she felt a cold hand grip her shoulder. Now she turned to look only to find herself completely alone. Now, moments later, she was pushed so hard, she fell off the small ladder she had climbed up on. So she was so scared, and she ran out of there and refused to ever go back in there alone. Another student recounted being shoved so violently backstage that she was pushed into a wall, and her knee was bruised for days. There was no one else around and no reason why she would have been pushed. But they were both brunettes. Some people believe that a man who met a tragic end by a woman with brown hair, or he could have been betrayed or wronged by a woman with those features, and he lashes out as if it's payback and can't let go of the past. Nothing's been documented, so they don't know. Now, it didn't say anything about ghost hunters or paranormal or trying to ask questions of why it's who they are and why they're doing it. I'll try to find out. I would. I'd be trying to find somebody to come in there and find out why are they doing that? What happened to you? All that. Okay, so Night Mute. It's Night Mute High School in Night Mute, Alaska. NIGHTMUTE, Night Mute High School. Now, this sits in the remote wilderness where the cold seeps into your bones. This place is so small that few outsiders visit, but it will send shivers down the spines of brave souls who do. Teachers and students alike say they have heard footsteps in the empty hallways, doors creaking open by themselves and then slamming shut. And the most scary is the a spectral figure of a young girl. Now, she lingers in the hallway watching and waiting. Now, people believe she's trapped and unable to cross over. Strange occurrences began as soon as the high school was built. They believe it's attachments to the land, kind of like this other one. And some believe something tragic happened to this little girl and maybe her crime wasn't solved. Now that takes me back to my Ghost in the Keys, where it wasn't solved. I totally get that. That's what makes perfect sense to me. She's a young girl and she stands at the end of the hallways and will follow people. Like, she also is seen in the bathrooms, but teachers who work late say they will always hear footsteps in the halls and they will hear a phone ringing when nobody's there and there's no phones. They will always see someone looking through their door at them, wondering what they're doing. Only one person has ever followed the sound of the footsteps, but when they get to the stairs, the steps fade away. There's only one door that opens by itself. Now, this door is a very heavy door, so it takes a lot of force to open and close it. But people have seen it open and slam shut all by itself, and it leaves people baffled. You know, I mean, that's another place. That's what I'm saying. And it's a current working place. So I would like want to be like, hey, let's hire this paranormal people to come in and like, let's try to find out who they are and what they are and why they're still here. Can they cross over or what happened to them and all that? Because usually when a spirit is showing themselves that often, they just want your attention for some reason. Like they're trying to get you to help them, or they're wanting to show you something, or they want you to know something. When they go out of your way to get your attention is when a spirit goes out of their way to get your attention, they want you to know something. I thought I heard something outside. All right. And the last one that I had two more to do, and I'm sorry, I had a busy day and I was not able to write the others down. This is the last one I have. Number 7 is the Red Onion Saloon, and this is in Skagway, Alaska. This was built in 1898 during the Klondike Gold Rush. It was a brothel and saloon, and it attracted weary miners looking for a good time. One of the most well-known spirits, her name is Lydia. She is a former prostitute. She lingers on the second floor. You can hear her footsteps. She leaves cold spots, and you can smell her perfume. Another ghost is John. He's a malevolent bouncer and is said to cause trouble for staff and guests. He leaves bad smells. He has shoved people down the stairs, and he will slam the doors. It is still a restaurant and museum with guided tours and has a collection of bedpans decorating the walls. Lydia now took her own life in the house after she discovered she had a venereal disease. She didn't know who she caught it from. Shit. People have seen her, and she will vanish into thin air while watching her. She is said to wear period clothing, and she acts aggressively towards men. I wonder why. It was also used as an army barracks, a bakery, a laundry, a union hall, a gift shop, and a TV studio. The bedpans, though, I'm not quite sure why someone would decorate their walls with bedpans as a museum. Maybe it was some sort of nurse doctor's office type thing too. I don't know, but that's what it says it's been. I don't know if that's it. But that's all I've got. Now, I could do some more research into that one, but I'd go there. I would go there and yeah. I can see why Lydia wouldn't like men. Now, Darlene was actually going to try to join me tonight, and she was going to do part of Alaska as well. But she ended up having to rush her son to the hospital because of his asthma, and he's come home, and there's just been shit going on down the road. So she wasn't able to join us tonight, but she did tell me that she was going to research, and it was called The Lady in the Lake. Now, I don't have any information on it. I didn't have time. I didn't even have time to finish the ones I had. So I could try to find out some information about The Lady in the Lake. So that's the only one. That's what she said she was going to talk about tonight. So I wish I had information, and I apologize. I didn't have all of my information. So I can come back and finish Alaska at a later time. Now, Sunday is April 6th, and Trauma Diva will be on with me, and we will be talking about the hauntings in Ohio. So I'm getting out of the alphabetical order, and she has a free night, so we're going to do Ohio since that's where she lives. But Mandy, I still would like your friend to come in. I have questions. I want to know more about Alaska. I want to know, like, what are the summer temperatures? Like, what's the hottest it gets? How cold does it get? I want to know these things. I'm curious because it's part of the U.S. And I'm a nosy bitch. So I'm going to write Ohio here next, because that will be for Sunday. Okay. Yeah, just tell her you told us about her, and now I'm curious and I have questions, and I would love to know more about Alaska. I did have a friend of mine, and she lives back in the Keys now, but she has an identical twin sister, and her twin, I think it was both of them. And I think that anyway, they moved up to Alaska, and they were only there maybe 1 year. And she had a funny post one day, and in Florida we don't deal with all that shit. So she made a post one day that she had gone out and about, and she was pulling up. I don't know if she was coming home from work or went to the grocery store. Anyway, she pulled into her yard, and there were two big moose in her front yard, and one was at the front door. And she's like, I can't get out of my truck. I'm home from work, or I just got home and I want to go in to chill. And I'm not getting out of my damn truck. There's two big moose in the yard. So she started blowing the horn, and it made them run. So thank God they ran. But yeah, that was just funny. And that was several years ago, but I thought it was funny because you ain't gonna find no fucking moose down here. If you come down here, you might come across like a possum or raccoon at your door. And depending on where you live, if you live right on the water, you could possibly have an alligator in your yard. We have an abandoned building here that was an orphanage and mental asylum. You can feel the spirit. Excuse me. So it's been a busy day. You can feel the spirits even during the day as you drive by. It's actually scary, but you guys, oh damn. Well, yeah, they're up there because it gets cold. They like the mountains and the cold. Like, it's hot as fuck down here. It's hot. They don't like that. They don't want to come down here and it being all hot and nasty and it. So yeah, I can imagine their moose being in Idaho and Michigan and probably I don't know if it'd be on Massachusetts side. Montana, I can see. Idaho, Washington State. I can see even Maine. I can even see Maine having moose, right? What is that over Ohio there? I'd have to see a map. Anyway. Buffalo. Every once in a while, you'll see a buffalo down here. You don't get to see rams down here very much either with the big round, horns. But yeah, like moose is going to be up there where it's cold. Maine, New Hampshire, parts of Massachusetts. Okay. All right. Yeah. I don't want to live that far north. I don't want to live where it's fucking freezing. Okay. If I go anywhere north, it might be like Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia, maybe one of the Carolinas, but it's got to be away from the coast. Like, I won't live on the coast anymore. I want to not live near the water. No more ever. No. Now, where's Spirit Wolf? Now, does Australia have like moose? I videoed a kangaroo yesterday in my paddock with her. Oh. Is it? But no moose. Okay. Yeah. See, down here where I'm at it, there's no moose either. But see, think about that though. That's on the East Coast. Most of the East Coast gets fucking hot now during the summer. You guys can get as hot as we are down here in Florida. Like, it's crazy. I've heard like Ohio and Massachusetts being in the fucking 90s and humid, and you're dying up there. This is what I'm fucking dying down here. It's so hot. It's horrible. But on a daily down here, it's anywhere between 98 and 105 every day with rain. The town I live in is more of a summer town. There's a lot of things that close in the winter. I got you. But if you think about it, because over there in Idaho and Washington and like Montana, Minnesota is another one who's got the moose. Minnesota, that's who I was thinking of, was up there next to Montana. Now, I have a friend that lived in Minnesota. She's in Alabama now, but all of like the Minnesota and the Massachusetts, Idaho, Washington, they don't get that nasty 90, 100-degree weather in the summer. They don't get it. All the East Coast, Maine, New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, all of them, they get the nasty, nasty hot weather. Oh, okay. So, but that's over there. Isn't that over there? Wyoming is over there. Isn't that west though? Where the fuck is Wyoming? See, I need a map. Arkansas says, hold my beer and watch this, and we'll do all seasons in one day during the If I hear hold my beer, I say, uh-oh. Yeah. Now, but Arkansas, but you're up there, but you're not that far up there. So I don't think Arkansas has moose, right? What's the other winter animals? Well, there's a polar bear. That's not going to be. Polar bears are around the water. So that's only going to be like on the fucking coast, cold. And penguins. Nikki Six has a home in Wyoming and moose walk through his yard. Okay. That's fucking awesome, though. One of the sayings in Michigan is you being the beer will provide the ice. You bring the beer. Yes. We say that too. You have penguins? Now, y'all, if Annie was in here, she'd be going crazy because that's her animal. Penguins is Annie's favorite animal. And if she's watching, I'm sorry. But now y'all know Annie's favorite animal. It's a penguin. She fucking loves penguins. And for Christmas, I got her a pair of leggings with these penguins on them. She went to fucking crazy. Yours too? Oh, I think penguins are adorable. Okay, so you have elk. See, we don't have elk down here. So you're still in the middle cold range. So that's so the elk is just below where the cold is. You're still cold, but not that cold. Yeah. We have, well, y'all know what's in my yard. I have my piggies and I have my whiskey. And then my neighbor has those loud ass, whatever he's got over there, dogs. And then every once in a while, you will hear some coyotes in the lawn, in like yelling. But that's just in like certain areas. A lot of the coyotes, they usually don't come where roads are busy because the lake's up here, ice over. Oh, I got you. I got you, Justin. But we say that down here too. If you bring the beer, I got the ice. I don't drink beer. Yes. So we have red foxes. Um, now, I just we have red foxes, and there's my neighbor across the street. His name is Chris. He looks like Santa, and he has a big piece of property as well. And the red fox that comes in our yard, they come over to our yard because we have two big persimmon trees in the front yard. So they love persimmons, and they come over and eat the persimmon. Yeah, yeah. um, Now, you guys know every once in a while I will have a vision. The last time I had a vision was when me and Annie went to visit Terry for the wedding. Now, I can't remember if I told you guys this or not, but I've never been to her town. No, his last name is not Kringle, but that would be awesome. Now, I've never been to Terry's town. And I was driving, and I went through this one part of town we hadn't even gotten to Terry's house yet. We were just close though. But something took my breath away, and I felt like I got hit on my left side. And Annie was even like, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Listen, I haven't done my meditation, and I haven't opened my chakras, but a female got hit by a car here, right here, right. We're back there. When we drove through there, I felt like I got hit on my left side, and it took my breath away, and like I couldn't breathe. And I saw the back of a female with longer hair and a white shirt and jeans, and I saw her running across the road and her getting hit by a car. I don't know how old she was. She didn't have a face. She just had the hair and the clothes, and she got hit on her left side, and she passed away there. So we got past there, the feeling went away, and it didn't come back, right? So then the next day we were driving around, and we had to go make a stop. We were on our way to the wedding, but she wanted us to go make a stop at the store. And then we went through this area, and I was like, "Phew, God, I'm getting that feeling again." Hey, I'm in the fucking back seat. I'm in the back seat. I didn't know we were in the same place. I didn't know where the fuck I was. I'm in the back seat, and I feel like I'm getting that feeling again. Like I'm getting that feeling again on my left side, that this is where the girl, are we in the same place? And they were like, "Yeah, this is the same place." And I'm like, "Oh my God, every time I go by there, this bitch is showing me that she got hit by a car. I get it. What are you trying to tell me?" But that I went 2 times. I went by there, and I felt that. Now, the other day I was out in my yard. Now, if you've been to my yard, you'll kind of understand what I'm talking about. If you've never been to my yard, okay. So when I walk out past where I park, there's the old pens and the old house that I tore down. And then past the pens is my pole barn. So we have to drive out to the pole barn. But Butters and Elvis's old pens were under the live oaks. Okay. And I heard something. So I looked over there through like the pens looking towards the pole barn. And I saw a solid white fox tail. Like it was almost like they jumped the fence and he was running. And it looked like a solid white fox tail. It wasn't there. But I had the vision of a solid white fox with the big fluffy tail. I have not looked it up what it means. I have the dictionary right here. I'm going to look up what this means. This was not a dream, though. This was a vision in my fucking yard. Another one, a lady jumped off that bridge close to that area. I get that. Yeah, you told me that. But the lady that I saw is the one that got hit by a car. She got hit by a car because she was showing me. Or she got hit by a car and thrown off the bridge. I don't fucking know. But it was a solid white. And I stood there for the longest time looking over there like, why did I just see that? It was a split second. I saw it jump over the fence. I looked. There was a big white fluffy tail. It wasn't over there. I got in the vehicle. I drove back there. There's nothing there. There's no white fox. There's no fucking footprints. There's nothing back there. But I had the vision of a solid white fox. Now, it wasn't a dream. So I don't know if a dream dictionary will. But what do they mean is what I need to find out, because I didn't think about it until just now. So I'm looking up fox right now. So how is a fox a spiritual animal? Like what does it do? What does it mean? And we looked that up and it was true. Okay, it says fox. To dream of chasing a fox denotes that you are engaging in doubtful speculations and risky love affairs. If you see a fox slyly coming into your yard, beware of envious friendships. To kill a fox denotes that you will win. That definitely wasn't it. So I don't know what a fox means if I see a fox as a vision, because to me, it's so fucking, I don't know how to understand. I don't know how to explain the visions that I get. When I looked over, I saw the ass end of a white fox jump in the fence, and I saw the big white fluffy tail. And I stood there and I'm like, is that what I saw? Did I just see that? I think I just saw a white fucking fox ass jump in the fence and running. It was running away from me. Like I scared them maybe. We don't have solid white fox around here. There ain't nothing solid white, no fox around here. They're considered spiritual animals, often symbolizing cunning and adaptability and connection to the spirit world. So does that mean maybe something or someone else was trying to come through, or was somebody trying to show me something or lead me somewhere? Sometimes when I have these visions, I don't understand them. And when I see them, I literally have to stop and go, did I just really see it, or did I think that I saw it and it was a vision? So I really have to stop and figure out, did I actually see it? That's why I drove back there, because I wanted to make sure if I really saw it. But it must have really hauled ass, because there was no footprints. There was nothing back there. We ain't got no albino fox around here. There is no No. I see, that's the thing. I do trust my intuition. So when I actually, that's why I stopped, because I was like, okay, hold on a minute. Did I just see it or did I have a vision of it? Because I just saw it. So now is the time where I have to stop and break down, was it real or was it just a vision, something showing me something for a reason? We don't have white fox around here. Oh, okay. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. We are all waiting now. And you didn't tell me. You holding out on me, Uncle. Gosh, I'm so stuffy. Okay. So anyway, yes. So white fox's tail, or a white fox in general, can symbolize purity, spiritual enlightenment. So it's a good thing then. It's not like an evil something. Is something going to happen? That something's warning me. I'm going to get diagnosed with something. Like, it's made me nervous. But anytime I see a vision, like when we were driving, I'm like, I couldn't turn around. I knew that there was no lady running through the fucking traffic trying to tell me she got hit by a car. I knew that was a vision, but it took my breath away. Like, how does she fucking know? Like, how do I feel that? Like, what is causing me to feel that way? Was it her? How does she know? Hey, the lady in that car will know and I got hit by here. Like, I'm still trying to learn this. Like, I'm late in I'm a late bloomer when it comes to this shit, because even the first time it ever happened to me, I didn't realize what was fucking happened to me. I didn't sleep for 2 or 3 days because I was freaked out at the Jasper jail. I know I drove Patty insane because I was like, I can't fucking believe what I was just nonstop talking about it, because I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck happened? Why is that happening to me? Like, I don't understand what's happening. Like, I'm a late bloomer, so okay. Oh, I'm trying to. I do. I try to be on guard all the time, like when I see something. But I'm the type of person, even with ghost hunting, if I see something, I'm gonna try to debunk it or try to find out, is there something that made that happen or what? Like, why did I have the vision? Did I really just see it? I'm going to go find out if something like that is really there, or is something showing me something, because I need to know. I need to find out what. Okay. I was out making deliveries like normal for work. Almost got hit by 2 different cars. A cop was near by. I had picked up like a red rock or brick, but I get arrested, but no one handcuffed on my right side. So it kept coming undone, like not locking. Then I woke up. Huh. Stand by. Okay. A brick. Brick. Hang on a minute. Brick. Here it is. Brick. A brick in a dream indicates unsettled business or disagreements. See a cop. Well, let's see if you dream of a cop. LMNOP. MN cop. copper? No. Police. Well, police officer. Let's see if that's in here. Police. Here it is. The police are trying to arrest you for some crime of which you are innocent. It foretells that you are successfully outstrip rivalry. If the arrest is just, you will have a season to unfortunate incidents, and to see police on patrol indicates alarming fluctuations in affairs. I am. So it's telling me to open my, but I mean, I try to stay as open as possible. If something comes to me, I try to really concentrate on it and learn from it and figure out why or how or if it's real or a vision. Like I'm saying, I try not to stay closed off because, man, I would love to be able to like be a medium and do readings. And I would love for people to come through and go, oh, I want you to tell this person something for me. I would love to be able to do that. And I always try to stay very open. I'm a very open person anyway. I do close myself off to people I don't know. But that's just, like my personal life. But I try to leave myself open for like spiritual so things could come through if they want. So I don't know. But I haven't had any more, and I don't have the visions all the time. I'm going to say, when was that? Let's see, today's Wednesday. I'm going to say maybe that was Sunday or Monday when I saw that. And after I drove back there and realized that it was a vision, I just kind of didn't even think about it anymore. I was just like, okay. And I told myself to look up what a white fox meant, but I didn't. And let's see, handcuff. H-I-J. Handcuffs. To find yourself handcuffed, you will be annoyed and vexed by enemies. To see others, you will subdue those oppressing you and rise above your associates. To see handcuffs, you will be menaced with sickness or danger. To dream of handcuffs denotes formidable enemies are surrounding you with objectionable conditions. To break them is a sign that you will escape toils planned by enemies. So, only one landed, and the other one, they couldn't cuff your other arm. When I see the tail, you actually went to look instead of turning away. Your soul was telling you to look, and you did. Trust your instincts. Right. So I always do. I always try to go towards it and look and see and make sure. Like I said, and this is the dictionary of dreams. And there's hundreds of these. There are so many kinds of dream dictionaries. This will say one thing, and you look in another book and it'll say just the opposite of what you just fucking read in this one. So everybody's on different pages, literally, of these. So to me, maybe what it's saying is maybe you have something or somebody is trying to fuck with you and they couldn't arrest, but the handcuff kept coming off of the side. So you're aware of it and you're basically keeping them at a distance. You see what I mean? Like you're able to keep them away, keep that away. if that makes sense to you. It does to me. I mean, I can understand if so Missy, I've even told you. So with your dreams, and her birthday's coming up, y'all. Your birthday, your birthday's Monday, isn't it? Your birthday's April 7th? 8th, April 8th. So her birthday's Tuesday. And you're going to be the 8th. Yes, April 8th. Okay. You're going to be 55, correct? Oh, you're going to be 54. Oh shit, I thought we were the same age, girl. I'm a year older than you. Dang, because no. We are the same age because why am I thinking I'm gonna be 55? I'm adding a year on myself. What the hell? Okay, yeah, because I'm gonna be 54 in July. Yeah, Jesus. See, that was just a brain fart right there. Yes, I get it. I know. I have brain farts all the time. So, but anyway, I do keep it. I keep my shit open, because if I see something, I'm gonna go look at it and see why I saw it or find out why or whatever. So that part I'm definitely going to keep doing, and I'd like to keep making it better. I'd like to keep working on my senses and even more stuff. So that's all I can do. It's just day by day. So when I see shit, but I've got so much stuff going on. I told y'all mine is July 6th. Yes. I already told y'all when the barn would be here. Once that barn gets delivered, y'all, I am going to be busy fucking girl. And let me tell you, every day I'm out there busting my rump. And it's coming along quite nicely. And it's getting there. Now tomorrow is going into town. I have to get more stuff. I have to get the rubber mats for the bottom of their pens. I have to get more posts. I have to get more panels. I have to get all that shit tomorrow because I can't finish or continue until I get that stuff. Yeah. So, anyway. Thank you guys for coming and listening to the Alaskan hauntings. And Sunday, I'll have Trauma Diva here, and we will be talking about the Ohio hauntings. So make sure you're here to catch that. And I will be live over here on Clapper for a little while, but I'm so tired. I've been up since 6 this morning, just going and I'm tired. So I love you guys so much. And thank you for being here. I will see you guys on Sunday.